All right. So I added the YouTube. I thought I was live earlier, but I wasn't. But I am now. So, um, YouTube, man, what's good? What's good, man? This is your guy Manny. This is the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel. Wanted to get on here a little bit and talk about NBA free agency. I'm going to talk about a little bit about what I talked about earlier when I thought I was live on YouTube, but I actually wasn't. So we're talking Lakers. We're talking Kawhi, the whole Kawhi debacle where Russell Westbrook called him back in 2019. Said, "Hey, I want to play with you, Kawhi. Let's go ahead and make a homecoming to either the LA Lakers or the LA Clippers." And obviously, with AD already being there in LA, I don't know how that would work with all of them, but Russell Westbrook calls Kawhi. Kawhi doesn't answer the phone. Kawhi then calls Paul George, and Paul George is like, "Oh man, Russell's trying to leave." Then Paul George decides to join Kawhi in the Clippers. Clippers make that crazy deal. You guys know the rest of the story. So now this story is now coming out. Why is it coming out now? It really doesn't matter. But what does matter is when you get that matchup between the Lakers and the Clippers, you're going to see a lot of animosity. Russell Westbrook is a guy that holds grudges. If he hated KD for KD leaving, just imagine what he will do when him and Kawhi finally face off. Now, obviously, they faced off that season, and Russell Westbrook had I think 40 points, like 10 rebounds and 8 assists. The typical Russell Westbrook type thing. What up, Ladarius, man? Welcome to the stream. Let me see what Ladarius said real quick. What's up on the screen? It says Lakers need to get Dwight Howard, DeMar, Rudy Gay, and Patty Mills. Now, here's the problem with that. The Lakers can definitely get Dwight. It's not a problem. If you're getting DeMar DeRozan, like I mentioned before in this stream, the Lakers have a mid-level exception, okay? They don't have the full mid-level exception that's up to $9+ million. No, they don't have that. They have the 5.3, like around $5 million. So that means DeRozan would have to take a $5 million salary, okay? That's the highest they can offer to anybody. Now, is DeMar DeRozan willing to do that? I'm pretty sure that LeBron James has been on the phone with this guy. Now, we get to Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay, that can be a done deal. If he wants to come here, we'll offer him a contract. He's a nice wing player. His defense might not be the best, but he's definitely going to be a willing body, being 6'9". Even at 34 years old, Rudy Gay fits the mold of what the Lakers need. Now, as far as Patty Mills, I don't see how the Lakers get DeMar and Patty, because both guys are going to want that mid-level exception. We are more likely to get Patty Mills than DeMar DeRozan. But we'll see what happens, because LeBron is the master recruiter, right? Man, what up, Brandon, man? Welcome to the stream. Yes, I dipped into the NBA too. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. It says, how do you feel about Westbrook going to LA? As a Lakers fan, I love Westbrook coming to LA. As a Wizards fan, I love Westbrook coming to LA. So I love when my two teams, the Lakers and the Wizards, get to trade, because it benefits me either way it goes. I'm a big Kuzma guy. A lot of people hate Kuzma. I'm a big Kuzma guy. So the Wizards getting Kuzma, that works for their favor. They're able to maybe get something going on that side of the thing. I feel sorry for Bradley Beal, but as for Westbrook coming to LA, I think it makes a lot of sense. Westbrook is a guy that's he's a walking triple-double. And I've been a guy that have roasted Westbrook over the years, but what I do like about Westbrook is that he's going to give you 120% every single time he's on the floor. So him coming to LA, when LeBron leaves a game or AD leaves a game, you're always going to have one of your big three on the floor to sustain that offense. And that's something that the Lakers weren't able to do for many, many years. Now, he says, I heard DeMar and the Knicks have mutual interests. Yeah. I mean, a lot of teams have mutual interests. I mean, I've heard DeMar and Miami. I've heard DeMar and what's that team? Yeah, I've heard Miami getting Lowry and DeMar being, best friends or whatever. So I've heard all these different things. What up, Hawk, man? What's going on, man? NBA free agency, man. It takes off like in the next, 2 hours and 45 minutes, man. I'm excited, man. I said, let me just get on here and just discuss a few topics, because tonight it's going to be crazy. And for those of you guys don't know, follow me on Twitter, on my personal Twitter page. I'll put it in the description. It's Manny Chakuba. Um, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up because I have a free agency thread, and it's going to be pretty good. So this is my personal Facebook page. And see this thread right here that says NBA free agency? It's pinned on my profile. I'm going to be dropping every single move that's made today. So you guys definitely want to follow and make sure that you're following this thread right here. I'm telling you, I'm dropping every single news known to man tonight. It's going down. So I'm interested to see. I'm interested in seeing how the Bucks retool their roster. Now, when it comes to the Bucks, it's not much that they can do. You know, you can re-sign Bobby Portis, okay, and also Forbes might be on his way out. Forbes wants some money, and then where it gets tricky is after you bring in Bobby Portis, you pretty much money's done, right? Then you got to bring in all these different vets, all these different veterans that actually want to come and play for the Bucks, and it's going to be a lot of suitors, because number one, you have a pretty good team, so you're going to be able to, get some quality players coming in. I don't know if you guys follow this NBA Central page. It's a pretty decent page. I'm going to kind of go through some of that and kind of share some of the rumors that are going on. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up on these comments. It says Detroit is my favorite, but I like the Wizards too. Detroit, man. Hey, you guys went and got Cade Cunningham. Pretty nice player. I think that he's very mature and it's going to translate to his game. So I like Cade Cunningham. I like what the Pistons are doing, but it's going to take you guys a while to kind of build that roster out the way that you want to build it. I heard that the Lions, I keep saying Lions, the Detroit Pistons also traded Miles Plumlee. So that kind of gives way to some of the younger centers that you guys have on the roster to go ahead and flourish this season. Says, plus, who do you think overpays Bobby Portis and any other free agents? Look, money talks. Bobby Portis has his ring. Any team willing to offer Bobby Portis $15 or more million, he might decide to go ahead and take that. But Bobby Portis is a hometown favorite. They love him in Milwaukee, and they're going to do everything they can to keep him, even if it's a one-year deal. Because you want to defend your title, so he probably comes back. My boy Time Out Sports Podcast says 3 hours out, man. I can't wait, and I'm posting all day on Twitter. Free agency thread is going to be off the chain. I do it every single year, whether it's football or basketball. I just have that thread going, just to kind of keep all the information under one page or one thing. The Grizzlies are more. I can't even read today. The Grizzlies are one more wing piece away, in my opinion. Yeah, the Grizzlies definitely need more pieces. I'm gonna be right back. All right, man, I'm back. The little man was calling me. It says, yeah, man, they traded Miles Plumlee. He's solid. I don't agree with that. Yeah, I don't know why they traded Plumlee. He did very well last year, and I played some fantasy, dynasty keeper type stuff, and I had Plumlee, and he was getting me mad points in fantasy, and then all of a sudden, he's traded, and that young guy, I forgot his name, that young center from, I think it's Isaiah something, I forgot his name, but that guy can ball. That guy's a serious baller. So we'll see what happens there. Let me see. So I'm gonna go through some of these rumors, man. Right now it's lion season. Everything that you're seeing out here is all lies. Don't believe anything until it's all said and done. It says Spencer Dinwiddie, teams are offering. Well, what he wants is $22 million per year. I don't think he gets 22. He might get anywhere between 18 and 20, maybe. It all depends on what Kyle Lowry does. That kind of tips that domino. Then you got Lonzo and the rest of these point guards getting paid. Seems like the Miami Heat is a lot to get Kyle Lowry. So we'll see what happens there. Thaddeus Young has been made available in trade discussions. I like Thaddeus Young. I don't know what his contract is like, but I like Thaddeus Young. He's a very good quality player. Says I think Robin Lopez comes back to the Bucks if they're unable to re-sign Bobby Portis. Is Robin Lopez a free agent? And if he's a free agent, um, obviously he wants to play with his brother. I mean, he definitely wanted to be there this season that they won the title, but that didn't happen. But I just don't see them grabbing the Lopez. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just two different skill sets. They might just want to rock with just one center instead of two. Being forced to play a brother. They already forced to play Giannis' brother. Yeah, Isaiah Stewart. That's the guy. Isaiah Stewart is a beast. He is a beast. Yeah, I like his upside. Undersized center. He fills the mold of that pick and roll, big, strong body, unafraid. Okay, Lopez is a free agent. Yeah, I don't see him going back to the Bucks. I mean, Lopez is a decent, quality starting center. I say decent because, he was effective last year for the Wizards in limited time. So I don't know if he takes another backup role, especially with the Bucks. I don't see him going back to the Bucks. Now, Lopez on the Lakers, I don't know. If the Lakers cannot sign a Dwight Howard type guy, then Lopez fits in there. Lopez also fits with the Miami Heat. Isaiah Stewart and Sadiq Bey have strong rookie seasons. Yes, absolutely. I loved both guys. I had both guys in fantasy. This says Bey was named all-rookie first team, and Stewart made the second team. Yeah, man. Two quality guys, and they're building something out there. Lots and lots of young guys out there. So we'll see how the progression of these young guys continue to grow. Where is my screen? All right, let's see what else they talking about. It says Dallas is expected to miss out on DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. Yeah, good for them. Good for them. I just want to see how they can even afford to sign both, and they still need to sign Hardaway. So they have their own problems yet to be thinking of even free agents. But I think DeMar DeRozan would be nice on Dallas, even though he's not the shooting guard that complements Luka. I think Luka needs a guard that can shoot the ball. But sometimes it's good to have two guys that can create their own shot. Otto Porter Jr. is believed to be leaning towards the Brooklyn Nets. I think that's a great fit. He's a perfect wing player for that squad. A pretty good shooter. It says Rudy Gay is leaning towards the Los Angeles Lakers. All these things right here are all rumors. Reggie Jackson is being receiving interest from the Pelicans and the Celtics and the Knicks. Let me see what's going on in the comment section. Hawk says, what free agent do you think can help the Hornets? Now, the Hornets, I'm not familiar with their cap situation right now, but any free agent helps the Hornets. I think the Hornets need more shooters. They have a lot of young pieces. They have a lot of wings. They have some decent bigs. It'll be nice if they can get a center, a legit center, a rim-running center that can catch an alley-oops from LaMelo Ball. They're going to lose out on Malik Monk. They didn't pick up his qualifying tender, so Malik Monk is gone. So they definitely need shooters. They need a solid center. So we'll see. We'll see what's out there. It says they have been something cooking in the Queen City. Yes, I like what they're doing in Charlotte. Definitely got some pieces, some up and coming guys. Stewart. He says Otto Porter. Otto Porter, man, yeah. Hey, Washington Wizards legend. He'll be a 3-and-D guy wherever he goes. Absolutely. Folks are sleeping on Otto Porter. Otto Porter can ball. Make no mistakes about it. He can ball. It says, wait, I'm late. So Westbrook called Kawhi in 2019. And Kawhi told PG, yep. Westbrook called Kawhi. And so Westbrook wanted to team up with Kawhi in any LA team, meaning Lakers or Clippers. Most likely Clippers, because I don't think the Lakers had space with LeBron and AD already being there. You know what I'm saying? So they can only take one of those guys. But Russell Westbrook definitely wanted to team up with Kawhi. Kawhi then calls Paul George and recruits Paul George. But in the midst of recruiting Paul George, he tells him, look, Westbrook is calling me trying to team up somewhere else. Let me and you go team up in LA. They're all LA, all LA guys. They all, all that good stuff. So that's what happened, man. Kawhi is shady. And remember, Kawhi told the Lakers that he will meet with the Lakers, and then that whole thing happened. So Kawhi already had his plan. He took the meeting with the Lakers, but he stayed close to LA to see what's going on with Paul George. And once Paul George got his situation together and how they was going to do this deal, they was calling Presti. Presti made it happen, and that's that. That's that. Kawhi is shady, man. He's real shady, and I will not be surprised if Kawhi leaves the Clippers tonight. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. Does Westbrook going to LA hurt LeBron's legacy? Absolutely not. I mean, LeBron has played with how many Hall of Famers right now? And not only that, LeBron is the best player in the finals for his team or the opposing team. So I don't think it helps. I don't think it hurts LeBron's legacy. Now, I think this helps Westbrook's legacy. Westbrook's already a Hall of Famer, one of the best point guards to ever play the game. But he needs that title. He needs that title. Not only that, he needs that perfect fit. And I think that if Westbrook can't get it done with LeBron and AD, then Westbrook probably will never win a ring as a star caliber player. Maybe as a role player down the line, he goes somewhere, fits in, but this is Westbrook's last chance. So the pressure's on Westbrook. I think LeBron's legacy is what it is. I mean, he's been teaming up for how many years, I remember when he left Cleveland, I was a big LeBron fan when he was in Cleveland. When he left Cleveland, I was done with him. And then being a big Laker fan, when he came to LA, I had to stop talking about LeBron. And, I've always respected his game, but I've never been a LeBron fan after leaving Cleveland the first time. It says Kawhi's a snake for real, for real. I can see Westbrook playing his most complete season this year. He's hungry, especially against the Clippers. Yeah. It's just a great storyline now. It's a great storyline. They always highlight these Lakers and Clippers games, always. So now it just adds another element to the Lakers versus Clippers. I think Westbrook balls out this season. I think his assist numbers are going to be down. His rebound numbers are going to be down, but he's going to average 20 points. I see the Lakers having all three of their big three guys averaging 20 points. All they need now is just shooters at every single corner or every single spot on the floor. And it can be a fun season for the Lakers. It says because LeBron always needs another superstar with him. He proved he couldn't do it by himself when he did it with Boobie Gibson with the Cavs. I mean, you got to remember, that year when LeBron took the Cavs to the finals, that was like LeBron's, third season in the league? Okay. How many third-year players take their team to the finals and win? There's been some that have done it, but it's very hard, okay? LeBron is that dude. LeBron is that dude. He didn't get it done. And that team actually had no stars. It was LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Boobie Gibson was just a role player. You know what I'm saying? They had another point guard. I can't even think of his name right now. So it just is what it is. It just is what it is. Hope Michael Beasley can come back to the league. Yeah. Hopefully he goes to your Wizards, not playing. Hopefully he goes somewhere else, not the Wizards. But hopefully he makes it back to the league. Beasley's a good dude. It says, what you mean LeBron proved that he can do it he can't do it by himself. Mr. Facts. It says Jordan didn't do it without Pippen, Magic without Kareem, Kobe without Shaq. Bron had Mo Williams. That's his name. Mo Williams. That was the only other star that LeBron had that year. And I agree with you. Nobody can do it by themselves. Everybody needs somebody else that they can lean on because everybody has bad games. So if LeBron if he has a bad game, he's leaning on Mo Williams. Do any of y'all still remember who Mo Williams is? No offense to Mo Williams. He was a good player, but he wasn't a great player. It's best off that each team that competes for a title has two star players. DMV Sports Zone, man, welcome to the stream, brother. He says Cavs management sucks. Yes, I totally agree. It says, I take it from the Cavs fan growing up. Hey, I'm with you, man. I rocked tough with LeBron those first 7 years. After he left, I was pretty much done with him. This says Kobe Altman should have been fired 3 years ago, too. Oh, man. LeBron was my favorite player starting the 06-07 season. Says Mo Williams got that ring in the end. He sure did. He got a ring with Dallas, didn't he? That's crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge LeBron fan, just trying to see how everyone feels. No, I feel you. I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm not a LeBron fan, but I respect his game. I respect his game. I just feel like, they're always saying that, think about it this way. Even if LeBron has another star, right? Every finals that LeBron has won, he's won the finals MVP, right? So I look at it that way. So he might have another star or two or whatever, but he's been the best star on the floor on both sides, win or lose. I mean, then the guy's been to what, 11 finals? I mean, that's pretty good. How many guys have been to 11 finals? 10 or 11 finals? Just saying. Just remember Raymond Sessions. Oh, man. I remember him on the Wizards. I remember him on the Lakers. Both of my squads. I don't want to remember him again. It says he proved that he couldn't do it by himself his first stint with the Cavs. Absolutely. Did you remember that Cavs team? That Cavs team was terrible. Ilgauskas and Mo Williams, they had very good defense, but they couldn't score. They could not score. So, he proved he couldn't do it. He was a young guy, but look what he did last year with the Lakers team that he had. He had AD and a bunch of role players in what year, 17, 18? So, yeah, LeBron's a bad dude, man. It says he won it in Cleveland. Yes, he won it the second time around. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. You telling me that Williams won a title with LeBron? You right. He came back. He came back on that Cavs team that was stacked. Yeah, I remember now. That Cavs team was stacked. It says the Bucks this year had a better team than LeBron could have even imagined during his first stint. I agree. I hate that he left the Cavs in 2010 as a kid, but as an adult now I understand. Hey, trust me. DMV, I was right there with you. I was mad when he left, and then, he got cocky. We're not going to win not one, not two, not three. And then I cheered against LeBron for a very long time after he left Cleveland. So, yeah, I feel you on that. But you kind of understand why players leave. Because KD wouldn't win without the greatest backcourt in NBA history, Splash Brothers. I agree. He was struggling. Him and Westbrook were struggling. In his second stint with the Cavs, he had Kyrie, which went off in the finals. Absolutely. KD had Splash Brothers. You know what I'm saying? The only other team that didn't really have a super team was the Dallas Mavericks. The team that won with an old Jason Kidd and all these, Tyson Chandler, all these different guys. So in the new NBA, you need 2 stars. You need at least 2 stars to win the title. LeBron proved that he could have done it by himself in 2018. Let's go. What up, y'all? Man, I'm back, man. Sorry about that. Somebody said Ben Simmons, he is Rudy Gobert. Man, hey, Ben Simmons, they said they want 4 first-round picks for Ben Simmons, man. That's crazy. It says Ben Simmons is Rudy Gobert with handles. Man, y'all are wild, man. It says, remember telling everyone in 2019 that LeBron was still the best player in the NBA. Everybody thought he fell off when he got injured, and that he was going to win a chip in 2022. I mean, it's 2020. Same thing, that year. So yeah, man, I was excited when they won that title. Um, I mean, LeBron is just different. He's different, man. He's different. And look, his jump shot has gotten a whole lot better. LeBron has become clutch. Early in his career, he wasn't clutch. He wasn't clutch, but now it's like the older you get, the better your jump shot gets. Let me see what Hawk says. Will be tougher this year. Yeah, it's tough every year. It's tough every year, most definitely. It's as much as I like LeBron, he's up there in age, and that's why Russell Westbrook is there to help him out. It says plus, I like what the Grizzlies are doing. The Grizzlies are looking good. They're adding all the right pieces. They need about 2 more wing players, two more, 3-and-D type guys. People said the same thing about 2019, and now he has Russ. Yeah, Russ is going to help LeBron a lot. You're going to see Russ regular season. Then when it comes playoff time, that's LeBron time. It says the Suns won't contend next season in my eyes. Yeah, whether they re-sign Chris Paul or not, nah. I don't see the Suns making the same type of moves that they made last year. You look at Miami, how they fell off after getting to the finals. I don't think the Suns are built to last. I'll just say that. They're not built to last. Simmons he is not worth 4 first-round picks. He's worth maybe 2, maybe 3, but a 4, nah, that's just too much. Since people are talking fit, it won't matter. They'll need to make it work because they have LeBron. Simple. I agree. They'll have to make it work. They'll have to make it work. Because I agree. Portland is due for a bad year. They already had a bad year. I think they're due for a good year. I hope my Bucks re-signed Bobby Portis. I think they will. There's definitely mutual interest there. It says if Carmelo was on the Grizzlies team, it's a championship. You think so? I don't know. I look. You have high hopes for the Grizzlies, rightfully so. But I think the Grizzlies are going to lose a lot in this free agency. DeLon Brooks is a free agent. He deserves to get paid. DeLon Brooks is a guy that deserves to get paid at least $20 million a year. After what you saw in the playoffs, see, guys like Dennis Schroeder, they want $20 million a year, but they didn't perform in the playoffs. But a guy like DeLon Brooks, who's new to the party, stepped up big, played a major role. He's due to get paid. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Let me see. We'll definitely see what happens in the playoffs. Like I am here for it all. It says you think Lonzo Ball goes to the Bulls. I think Lonzo Ball goes to the highest bidder. Lonzo Ball wants at least $20-something million a year. He's in that $20 to $25 million per year type range, just because of the pedigree. That first round, was it like top 3 pick of the draft? He's played 4 years. He's improved his jump rate like every single year. And I believe it's time for him to get paid. Now, it's going to be a buyer's market, obviously. It's all going to be about who's willing to pay that money. But it could be the Bulls because they do have some money to spend. But then again, it could be, it can be really anybody. But I see the Bulls pushing and trying to get a point guard. If not Lonzo, then they'll probably get a Dennis Schroeder or somebody like that. It says if only KD would come to the Wiz. He's just too scared. Who knows? Maybe after his contract is up with the Nets, he might finish out his career as a Washington Wizard. So we'll see what happens there. And his reasoning in the interview was terrible. Was it about like people asking him for money or things of that nature? Something like that. He said he already gave it all to DC. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. That means his family has robbed him of everything he has. So we'll see what happens there, man. But yeah, I am excited. Let me see what's popping on this page. I know like these guys are getting like tons and tons of love. Let me see. Expensibility. I think we're talking about most of these. Isaiah Thomas, y'all remember him? He wants to come back to Boston. I bet I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up because that's funny. That's funny. So, what team do you think Kyle Lowry goes to? I think Kyle Lowry is a lot for the Miami Heat. That's just been the story like all day, like since yesterday. It's been Woj likes to leak people's stuff. He leaked this news talking about that Miami has the inside track to get a Kyle Lowry. That they're going to do a sign and trade, meaning that they're going to send Goran Dragic and Precious Achua to the Raptors in a sign and trade to receive Kyle Lowry back. So we'll see. I think Kyle Lowry's a good fit in Miami. Kyle Lowry's, he's a heck of a player. He's a baller. Oh, did y'all hear that Steph Curry will soon be signing a $215 million deal? That's $53.75 million a year. 4-year contract, $215 million. That's bananas, man. That's crazy. It says, like he also said that he wants to explore other places, which is understandable. But then he's like, nah, I'm never playing for the Wiz, pretty much. Yeah, that's dirty, man. That's dirty. Let me see. Wait. You say Curry is overrated? Wow. IT scored 65 points in July 31st. I remember that. I remember that game. I used to call him like a miniature Iverson. It says, who's getting that money? Steph Curry, man. Hey, I was thinking that Steph Curry was going to become a free agent after this season, explore. But I think that after you see things like Westbrook being traded to the Lakers, there's no room for Steph to team up with LeBron. That's done. So I think that he signs this deal because it's the most money that he can get. And then you can always trade Curry for a king's ransom, for a whole bunch of draft picks, a whole bunch of players to equal that salary. But yeah, man, since the Heat and Celtics are showing interest in Jeff Green, why is it that Jeff Green always gets minimum contract deals? I've never really understood that. Didn't stutter, bro. Wow. Yikes, he said that Steph Curry is overrated. Okay. Says, Curry whooped KD and LeBron in the same year. He sure did. Mm-hmm. Yep. Sure did. He ain't overrated. I agree. He is not overrated. He's never whooped nobody. Says KD was clearly the best player on that team. He's talking about the year when he beat OKC. The year when they won that title, they beat OKC in the Western Conference Finals, went to the finals, and beat the LeBron-led Cavs. That's what he's talking about. It says, if it was the Cavs versus Warriors without KD, that's a three-peat for the Cavs. No. The Cavs already beat. The Warriors already beat the Cavs. Remember that first championship? It was Curry, what's his name? Barnes, Barbosa, David West, I think, Draymond Green, second year. Yeah, they already beat the Warriors. The Warriors already beat the Cavs that first year. It says Warriors won Iggy, Batum, Love, and Millsap. It's an interesting combo. I can definitely see them getting Iggy back. Batum, possibly. Millsap, possibly. But Love, he's still under contract. Is he worth trading for? That's a problem. Both the Splash Brothers, along with their rim protector, Draymond Green, was running stuff. Yeah, that team was dangerous. It got silly when they added KD to that team. Then it was just too much. Cavs had Deladova as their second best player. Yep. I remember. Okay, that was the first year. Yeah, Deladova. But I thought they had somebody else. No. LeBron had Kyrie and Love, and both guys were hurt. That's what it was. But I definitely hear you. Again, Cavs fan. Absolutely. The Splash Brothers crippled their competitors by shooting nonstop threes. They absolutely did. Versus LeBron, Deli, Inman, Terrible Shumpert, J.R. Smith. Yeah, I remember that team. Tristan Thompson was on that team, right? And Steph still didn't win a Finals MVP. Nah, that's the biggest knock on Steph. He's never won a Finals MVP. I mean, he's had guys that were better or performed better than him. I think Iggy won the Finals MVP that year. But hey, I'll tell you this, I enjoyed rooting against LeBron those years. Those years were awesome. Those years were awesome. And Steph Curry being one of my favorite players in the league, playing against LeBron, I think those 4 years, they were fun. They were fun cheering against LeBron. They really were. It really was a good time. But the thing with those squads were, I was tired of seeing that same matchup for 4 years. 4 years was too much of that Cavs and Warriors. I was just glad when when the Warriors finally just stopped. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Let me see. What else is going on? Yeah, I already read that. I read this. It says, what do you think about the lineup? Westbrook at the point guard position, Wayne Ellington at the shooting guard position, LeBron at the small forward, Carmelo at the power forward, and AD at center. I don't like Carmelo at the power forward position. We're going to get destroyed. If Melo is your power forward, I'd rather LeBron play the power forward position, and then you put somebody else at that small forward. And this is just a lineup in spurts. As a starting lineup, this is horrible. This is horrible. Number one, AD does not like to play center, so he won't agree to that. So the starting lineup is probably going to be Westbrook, Wayne Ellington. You can say LeBron at the 3, AD at the 4, and then Gasol or whatever center they bring at the 5. And then within 5 minutes of the game, then maybe you put AD at the 5. You put AD at the 5 in stretches. You put him at the 5 when he's struggling. When the team is struggling for spacing, because having Westbrook and LeBron on the floor, you're going to need shooters everywhere. So Gasol might actually be a good fit with this lineup. Does Pelicans need a point guard? Absolutely. They traded away all the point guards that they have, and they're not going to re-sign Carmelo. So we'll see. Says he was never the most important player on a finals team. No one can tell me otherwise. That's why I say he's overrated. People think he's a top 20 all time. He's top 20 all time, and he never was the best when it mattered the most. Yeah, you're talking crazy, but I feel you. I feel where you're coming from, but you're still talking kind of crazy. It says LeBron can play power forward. Yes, he can. He can, but he doesn't even like to get beat up. He doesn't like to play power forward defensively. Defensively, LeBron does not want to bang with some of these power forwards that are in the low post. If it's guys that are, outside perimeter-based type power forwards, he's okay with that. But inside the post, LeBron doesn't want any of those problems. I can't believe I'm saying this, but they need Dwight back. Yeah, Dwight is definitely the biggest piece that they can sign in terms of center because they don't have the money. And I'll guarantee you that Dwight is willing to take that veteran's minimum contract to come back to LA. Yes, they need Dwight. He's definitely key to their success. The Wizards have a lot of role players right now, a whole bunch of role players. They just need some stars. They need some stars at the 5 and legit shooter at the 2. Okay. It says Kyrie, Joe Harris, Porter, KD, Blake Griffin, maybe lineup. Yeah, see that lineup. Here's the problem with this lineup right here. This lineup right here is going to get killed defensively, and that's why the Nets struggle. When Blake Griffin is your center, it doesn't bode well. Blake Griffin did have 1 or 2 good games versus Giannis defensively, but and that was it. Like imagine KD being your power forward. You can kill KD on the inside. KD's a good help side defender, but one-on-one defense in terms of post defense, it's not what you want. It says, who wants to make a trade? It says, bro, how? It's facts. We got to have this discussion, I feel. Most definitely. I'm ready to debate it any time. You're talking just playoffs. You got to look at the entire body of what Curry has done. You can't say he's not a top 20 all-time player when this guy was a two-time MVP. So you got to look at the full body of work. You just can't say, oh, just because he didn't win the Finals MVP. It's the total body of work that makes somebody top this or top that. So remember that. Since Curry has made the league shoot threes. Yeah, Curry has changed the game. You know, people shoot the three because of Curry. He ruined the league. He says he ruined the league. Now everybody jacks threes like everybody had Shaq back in the day. Curry changed the game. He shoots threes like his free throws. Okay, DeAndre Jordan might end up with the Lakers. I hope not. I hope not. But if that's the only center willing to come, I'll take it, I guess. It's just like he's a great player, but there's levels to greatness. He was never on LeBron, KD, or Giannis level. I disagree. I agree, but I disagree. He's not on LeBron's level. No. He's not on KD's level. No. He's definitely not on Giannis' level. But here's the thing. What does AD, KD, and Giannis have in common? They're bigger guys, right? Okay. LeBron is what, four-time MVP? Great. KD's what, one or two-time MVP? Great. Giannis, two-time MVP? Great. So is Curry. What Curry has done for his height and size is remarkable. Nati, Curry is like your height, your size, and he's out here doing this thing. You got to give it up for the smaller guys, man. I don't know what your beef is with Steph Curry. Steph Curry is a great player. He's a great player. He's done a lot. Obviously, he hasn't won a Finals MVP. He knows that. But I think that this last season, when Curry was pretty much by himself, him and Draymond, he really showed me a lot this past season. It's just, wait, do you think – oh, man. The Wizards can definitely land Drummond. I can see that. I mean, why not? Drummond wants opportunity to play his game. He wants minutes. He wants a place where he can shine, and that's possibly the Wizards. They can possibly offer him a decent contract. When you get a buyout and you go to a team, you're not going to get that same kind of money that you were getting. Drummond gambled, and the Lakers didn't win. So it is what it is. Uh-oh. I got a report that just came in. It says the Lakers have not ended their search on ways to land Buddy Hield. The only way the Lakers can land a Buddy Hield is by doing a sign and trade and sending Dennis Schroeder either to the Kings or in a three-way, four-way team type trade to get a Buddy Hield. So we'll see what happens there. It says, report the Pelicans and Bulls, Hornets have discussed potential three-team trade. Pelicans get Devontae Graham. The Bulls, Ball, and Hornet marketing. I like that. I actually like that a lot. It says Muggsy Bogues changed the game. And that he did. He did what Bill did the last two, but because he has the glitz and glamour, he was in the MVP conversation. Okay. I hear you. Agreed. And AI, let me see what Hawk's talking about. It says Drummond would be good in Washington. Yeah, why not? Why not? The Warriors only won because Love and Kyrie were out. I'll give you that. I respect it. It says that would be a big pickup. Yeah. Russ, Hield, LeBron, AD, Dwight. That's nasty. Like, I know that Hield is not the best defender, but it doesn't matter. With this lineup, Hield is going to get so many wide open threes. AD's going to be able to shoot a little bit. Then when they go smaller, you can slide AD to the center, LeBron to the power forward, and add another shooter to this lineup. I love it. Russ, Hield, LeBron. Oh, man. I love that lineup. I really, really do. It says, but the Hornets want Kobe White. Yeah, the Hornets are not getting Kobe White. The Bulls love Kobe White, and I think that Kobe White is part of the future. He's part of what they're trying to do. So I don't see them losing him. Bobby Portis, we talked about it before. Bobby Portis, he wants a $15 million a year type contract, and it's time to get paid. Like you can't keep giving discounts to your job. You got to get paid what you work. You know what I'm saying, and that's what Bobby Portis is going to try to do. Steve McKaylu, the Wizards are linked to him. It's another former Laker player. Let's see what's going on here. Orlando could offer Wendell Carter a $70 million contract extension. Woo, yikes! I forgot where I am in the comments. I gotta find it. Okay, here we are. There's something happened to KCP. He was shooting lights out in the bubble. Yeah, KCP just fell off, man. KCP did so great, and then, but that's the thing. There's some shooters that are just so streaky, and KCP is one of them. But I think KCP is going to fit in perfectly with what the Wizards are trying to do. I hope the Wizards keep KCP, and I also hope they keep Kuzma. They have a lot of role players. All you need is just another decent guy that can score with Bradley Beal, and the Wizards could have something. Build it around Bradley Beal. Let's see what these rookies are talking about. Let's see if Hachimura can take that next step. It's year 3. It's time. If Hachimura can take that next step with Beal, you got Kuzma, you got KCP, you got Montrezl Harrell, Thomas Bryant is coming back, Daniel Gafford. I think is Gafford a free agent? Not really sure, but yeah, definitely a team full of role players. Wendell Carter, hey, everybody's trying to get paid, man. Says Timberwolves are showing interest in Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma is going to be a hot commodity, especially if he shows up to Washington and balls out. I think that Kyle Kuzma is a 20-point scorer. And I think that Kyle Kuzma probably averages 20 points this year. Because outside of Bill, who else is scoring? Who else is shooting? So if the team is as is right now, Kyle Kuzma has a big season scoring the ball. So let's see what happens. You got the Bulls are interested. It says the Heat, Bulls, Mavericks show interest in Dennis Schroeder. We'll see. It says Russell Westbrook called Kawhi. Yeah, that whole story. We talked about that. But yeah, man, I'm a wrap up here. It says look at Hoop Central Twitter, please. All right. Hoop Central. We got so many of them. Hold on one second. All right, guys. So let me see. Let me catch up with these comments real quick. It says, "Give the Wizards D-Lo for Kuz." Yeah, you'll love that. It says, "Fun stream, Manny. I'm asking for you to come back on when the deals roll in. Most definitely. I will definitely be back on tonight, especially when the stuff get rolling. Also, congratulations on getting monetized, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate all the support that y'all are giving me out there, man. It's you guys that are helping me get to all these different goals. So I appreciate you guys, man. I'll definitely be back on later on today when things get popping and we've got some news to talk about and some things to debate about. So I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next stream. All right, now.